What's up guys, Peter here, and I'm back with another video. Today, this is going to be my thoughts on patch 6, 1 month later. It's been about a month since patch 6 came out, and before we get into this video, I just want to mention that DJ, he made a new account at this time because he actually made another player on his old account, and that file got corrupted. So this account that he's on right now, DJ Got Bangers, is only going to be used for NBA 2K16. And also, I'm going to try to make this commentary as uncut as possible. I really want to see if I can do that, because I feel like if it's uncut, you're really going to get like my real thoughts, and I'm not going to go off too much on just other subjects. You're really going to get my raw thoughts on this patch now that people have certainly like got used to it, and this whole going back to 2K15, I mean, it's still there, but like people are getting back on 2K16. It's not as dead as before. But here are going to be my thoughts. So when patch 6 first came out, all I thought was speed boosting is out. What is the game going to be like now? And it turns out the speed boosting wasn't actually the biggest part of the patch. There were two things that were bigger than it. One, them not taking out everything else that was broken, and there was so much broken, and there is so much broken with the game. And also, the little things that they added that weren't in the notes were actually bigger than the speed boosting, because, that's just my thoughts now, because now, like, I don't care about patch 6. I'm kind of content that it was out. I mean, what are you going to do about it? Like, there's really no point of complaining, because some people actually thought they'd put speed boosting back. Like, somebody told me that another YouTuber said that 2K was going to bring speed boosting back because, basically they were losing money or something like that. That's just stupid. They're not going to do that, because if you were watching their broadcasts and, like, if you were paying attention to how they were talking about the patch, you just knew at that moment that they were never going to bring speed boosting back, even though there actually is like 3 more ways to speed boost after patch 6. I'm going to get a little bit more into that later. But yeah, patch 6, I'm kind of used to not having speed boosting, but it just kind of made the games longer. I mean, in 2K's eyes, it made the game more realistic, right? And just made it more organized, but it actually just makes the games longer, because in addition to that speed boosting thing and like it taking more time to get past people and the players moving slower and stuff, it's also like with the the centers, like not being able to pass the ball like very long distances. And actually they kind of nerfed it too much, because sometimes I'll have an outside center pass to me, I'll be at half court, and it just won't work. I think they kind of nerfed that too much, but that kind of prevents fast breaks, which just slows down the game so much. And you guys know, when there's a dead ball in Park, it just takes forever to the game to start back up. But yeah, it just kind of made the game slower. It didn't really take out cheese, and this is where I'm going to get into this. So, as we know, speed boosting was out for so long. It was big for like 3 months, and speed boosting made a lot of people just start quote-unquote cheesing, and it just came to the point where it wasn't even cheese anymore, because everybody was doing it. And doing something like this can really hurt the 2K community, because before speed boosting, I didn't cheese, I didn't do all these quote-unquote exploits, even though it wasn't even an exploit. If you think of it, speed boosting is realistic if you do it one time. There were a lot of cases where I just did it one time. I was pass defender, boom, at the basket. And if you look at Russell Westbrook, Derrick Rose in their prime, they would quote-unquote speed boost. It's just they only did it one time, and that's just since they were so explosive, they just get past like defenders and they just go straight to the rim and just create on offense. And I was fine. I mean, they're not gonna just make it so you can only do it once. They're just too lazy to do that, so they just took it out like once and for all. And they did this because it just got so big. But patch 6 really made me realize that no matter how much 2K patches up this game, it's always gonna have a lot of cheese, just because they don't pay attention to my part. I made a video a lot about this, but about other stuff, called The Truth About NBA 2K16, so make sure you check that out if you haven't already. But yeah, basically, if you look at the cheese that was just like right before patch 6, they had speed boosting wasn't even a cheese back then. Kind of like at that point, just everybody was doing it, but they had speed boosting and they had the moonwalk glitch. Now they have there's like 3 more ways to speed boost with like different moves now. Like, isn't the same as what they had before, but there's just moves that give you a little speed boost after. Then you still have that moonwalk glitch. I guarantee 2K doesn't even know about that glitch, just because they don't pay attention to 2K at all, or at least for my part. So yeah, there's just a lot more cheese now, and it kind of scarred 2K for life, the fact that they did not take out speed boosting after like 7-8 months. Because speed boosting formed cheese, or speed boosting is the reason why everybody is still doing all these quote-unquote exploits now. It's because that they just, ever since everybody just started doing it and such, it was a huge advantage. everybody started doing it, and those people that were too lazy to make a point guard or just made a shooting guard and just couldn't speed boost were the ones criticizing them, calling them cheesers. And I'm not like defending, I'm not on anybody's side here, because yeah, I did speed boost, but like I'm not considering, I just did it because everybody did it, and it's just easy. It made the games go by faster. That's why I speed boosted, because games went by faster. I don't have time for games to take so long, and since everybody can do it, it's not unfair because everybody can do it. But anyway, and it's really easy to do once you get the hang of it. Like, it's not like the freaking moonwalk glitch where you have to do like hezzy, I don't even know, you just have to do all these complicated moves. But yeah, anyway, it just formed a lot of quote-unquote cheesers, and like people would just call them cheesers. So now that they've just like, they kind of accepted the fact that they're quote-unquote cheesers now, then they're starting to do this other exploit stuff that people have formed now that speed boosting is out. Because the only reason that stuff is formed is because they took so long to patch speed boosting, and those same people are gonna find something, like, since they're used to having that sort of advantage that just makes the games go faster, like, they're gonna find something to just make it easier for them. And that's where we got all this new cheese after patch 6, and that I know 2K is not gonna patch. 2K just really has to pay attention to Park and take out anything that they consider an exploit just out, like before, I don't know, 8 months into the game. And if you heard Roddy and LD talking about this patch, they were saying it's more realistic, but in reality it wasn't, because it formed new cheese that still isn't as realistic. And it also made it like they didn't patch all these contested shots, which are unrealistic. They didn't patch the fact that they're biased towards rookies, because like since they're new to the game, they want them to think that they're good and that they're gonna keep playing and stuff like that. They didn't patch it, so it really still isn't realistic. I'd rather play, because look, since 2K doesn't pay attention to Park, they're never gonna make this game realistic, and we just have to accept the fact that that's true. But like, I really want them to just, I don't know, like, I'd rather play a game that's not as realistic as it could be or could potentially be. That, I mean, like, that's fun, where instead of a game where they just try to make it realistic where it's not, and it's just not as fun. Because to be honest, 2K is just more boring now, and not paying attention to your Park community this year just formed this group of so-called cheesers that, or just people call them cheesers, that can't do this speed boosting stuff, that are just trying to find that advantage, and that will forever try to find that advantage no matter what 2K you have. So how do you guys fix this? How do you guys fix this mistake that you haven't, or that you have created? Well, first of all, realize that you've made this mistake because since you don't pay attention to my Park, you probably don't even know about any of this other stuff that's new. So just realize that there's a lot more cheese out there that you patched the original, most common cheese, I guess you could call it. I mean, I'm calling all this stuff cheese, but in reality, like, there's always going to be cheese in the game, so people just give it a name like that. But yeah, just next year, if you just pay attention to the Park community to make up for what you did this year, and you patch all that stuff early, like, it's not going to get big. And just pay attention to what these YouTubers are posting, such as, oh, how do you speed boost after patch 6, stuff like that, because that's how you're really going to just make Park fun next year, I guess. I mean, I know it takes a lot of effort, but this community is just really messed up. And I don't know, because like now, like, a patch isn't going to do anything after 3 weeks, because people are going to either find new ways to do it, or just people aren't going to play. I mean, like, it's not going to do that much. But like, since you've formed all these so-called cheesers now, I've said this so many times, just like, the only way you can get rid of them is just to get rid of all the cheese, and you're gonna have to just keep updating the game, and just, yeah, just try not to come with all these major patches. Patch 6 wouldn't have been so big if you just took it out earlier. And the thing is, 2K didn't care about speed. I guarantee you it's like a My Team person, because 2K didn't care about speed boosting before. All these, okay, if you look at Ronnie and LD, in their stream, they say they watch 2K TV, they talk about 2K TV pretty reasonably, right? If you look at those top plays, like, you know, they have those top plays, like, you vote for and get VC for and stuff like that, a lot of those had speed boosting. So I'm pretty sure it was a My Team person that just complained, or I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, I mean, those are my thoughts on patch 6. I mean, the thing is, I don't care about it now, but patch 6, it kind of just ruined the game, not in the sense that it took out speed boosting, but it didn't take out everything else that it could have been taking out. And it also just formed all these new cheesers, because they're just looking for, like, since they've had or got used to that speed boosting for so long, and because of that, they're not looking for that advantage, which forms all this new cheese now. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope 2K steps up their game next year. Also, sorry for talking for so long, but yeah, drop a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you're new, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.